This man sold his only son to his baby mama for 20 million naira. The shocking ending will leave you speechless. Do you think he regrets it? Hey everyone, welcome to my amazing channel. Today, we'll be diving into another captivating and popular Nigerian movie brought to you by Maurice Sam TV. Stay tuned so you don't miss out on all the twists and turns. The movie begins with a man named Shanko and a woman named Eva. After spending the night together, Shanko is ready to leave. He wakes Eva up and demands his payment. Eva, reluctant to let him go, pleads with him to stay another day. Although hesitant at first, Shanko agrees, on the condition that Eva pays for the previous day as well. She transfers the money, and Shanko decides to stay. Eva heads to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. In the kitchen, Eva tries to reassure herself that hiring an escort isn't wrong. She convinces herself it's just a response to her long-standing loneliness. When she brings the meal to Shanko, he's puzzled and questions why she's cooking for him when he's just a stranger, not her boyfriend. Eva insists it's simply a kind gesture. After some hesitation, Shanko finally eats. Later, while Eva works, Shanko comes downstairs and teases her about keeping someone as handsome as him idle. To lighten the mood, Eva suggests they play a game. They choose Scrabble, but as they play, Eva suddenly kisses Shanko. Furious, he scolds her for crossing the line, reminding her that their arrangement is strictly casual. After expressing his frustration, Shanko says he's hungry, prompting Eva to head to the kitchen again. While cooking, Eva accidentally cuts herself and screams. Shanko rushes to help, questioning how she managed to hurt herself. Eva goes to treat her wound and Shanko takes over the cooking. When Eva tries to resume later, Shanko insists on finishing the meal himself. That night, Eva is lost in thought, confused by her growing feelings for Shanko. The next morning, Eva drops Shanko off on her way to work. She's surprised when he asks her to leave him at another client's house instead of going home. Shanko remarks, "Only rich people rest," leaving Eva stunned. At work, Eva's friend Anita notices her glowing appearance and teases her about having a new man in her life. Eva denies it, explaining it was just a fling and nothing serious. She brushes it off, insisting they focus on work. Later, while driving home, Eva reflects on her loneliness and wonders if she's cursed. She recalls a traumatic moment when a man abandoned her at a restaurant. Upon reaching home, she prays fervently, asking God to bless her with a man, lamenting how wealth alone hasn't brought her happiness. The next day is Eva's birthday, but she gets drunk and is brought home by Anita. Anita places her on the couch, but declines Eva's request to stay, explaining she has a husband to care for. Left alone, Eva falls asleep feeling miserable. She wakes up briefly, consumed by sadness, sings softly to herself, and drifts off again. The following morning, Eva wakes up to find Shanko standing in her room. Startled, she demands to know how he got there. Shanko explains that she called him the previous night, though Eva has no memory of it. When she nervously asks if anything happened between them, Shanko confirms it did. Disturbed, Eva spends the day distracted, lost in thought even at work. Anita has to remind her about an upcoming meeting, prompting Eva to apologize and rush to prepare. Meanwhile, at Shanko's apartment, he is embroiled in an argument with his landlord over overdue rent. Frustrated, Shanko questions himself about his poor financial decisions and wonders why he has nothing to show for his earnings. He feels overwhelmed and confused. Later, Eva calls Shanko again and invites him over. Curious, Shanko asks why she keeps reaching out to him instead of spending time with family or friends. Eva reveals she has no family and that Anita, her only friend, is married. Turning the question around, she asks about Shanko's family, but he deflects, refusing to answer. He reminds her of their business arrangement, which leaves Eva feeling foolish and disappointed. Eva tries to order him to leave, but Shanko refuses, demanding payment or a continuation of their arrangement. Feeling trapped, Eva is left helpless. That night, Eva confronted Shanko, demanding he move to the guest room. Shanko dismissed her request, saying she was being dramatic. But Eva insisted, reminding him that since she was paying him, he should listen to her. Irritated, Shanko told her behavior was why she remained single, which enraged Eva. She slapped him and ordered him out of her room. The next morning, Anita arrived at Eva's house with an urgent document for her to sign. While they were talking, Shanko walked out of the kitchen. Surprised to see him, Anita greeted him, pretending not to recognize him. Turning to Eva, Anita expressed her shock, questioning if things had become so bad that Eva now paid men to sleep with her. Anita revealed she knew Shanko as a popular adult content creator on Instagram and warned Eva about the risks, including potential diseases. Eva, flustered, tried to explain, confessing that she was tired of men leaving her despite her wealth. After Anita left, Shanko demanded his payment. Eva paid him and firmly told him she hoped they would never meet again. As Shanko left, he seemed visibly upset, possibly because of her harsh words. The following day at work, Eva was about to leave for lunch when she suddenly fainted in her office. Her colleagues quickly rushed her to the hospital. There, Anita asked the doctor about Eva's condition, and the shocking news was revealed. Eva was 3 months pregnant. Confused, Anita asked how this could be possible since Eva had no partner. Eva, equally puzzled, assured Anita that she and Shanko had always used protection. Later, Anita returned to work, leaving Eva in tears, grappling with the overwhelming news. That evening, Eva drank heavily and suddenly remembered her birthday night, realizing she and Shanko had been intimate without protection. Angry and feeling betrayed, Eva called Shanko and lashed out at him, accusing him of taking advantage of her vulnerability. During the heated exchange, she revealed she was pregnant and swore she would raise the child alone. Shanko, confused and stunned, asked what she meant by child, but Eva hung up. She later confided in Anita about her decision to keep the baby, despite Anita's concerns about the child's potential inheritance of Shanko's lifestyle. Eva assured her that she had the resources to raise the child independently. The next day, Shanko appeared at Eva's house, but the gateman refused to let him in. Frustrated, Shanko caused a scene, prompting Eva to step outside. Shanko told her he knew about the pregnancy and wanted to be part of his child's life. Unmoved, Eva wrote him a check and coldly told him to name his price and leave her alone. At his apartment, Shanko celebrated the $20 million check, believing his life would now take a turn for the better. Meanwhile, at work, Eva discussed the situation with Anita, who asked how Shanko found out about the pregnancy. Eva admitted she had accidentally told him during their argument, but insisted she didn't care, focusing solely on delivering and raising her child. Eva was later seen talking to her unborn baby, lovingly showing pictures and imagining a beautiful life for the two of them. She dreamed of traveling the world with her child, pouring all her love into this new chapter of her life. At a mall a few days later, Shanko spotted Eva and began following her. She ignored him, but he persisted, eventually following her home. When Eva confronted him, demanding to know what he wanted, Shanko said he didn't care about the money anymore. He only wanted to be part of his child's life. He admitted he hadn't spent the check and offered to return it. Shanko also shared his childhood struggles, revealing that he grew up without a father and didn't want the same for his child. He explained how past heartbreaks had shaped his choices and his lifestyle. Eva shared the encounter with Anita, who suspected Shanko was looking for more money. Eva, however, defended him, saying he seemed sincere. Anita cautioned her to remain careful and not let emotions cloud her judgment. Later, Shanko was shown preparing for job interviews, determined to turn his life around. Meanwhile, Eva found herself conflicted, unsure whether to allow her child to have a relationship with their father. When Shanko returned to her house, the gateman informed Eva, and after a moment's hesitation, she allowed him inside. Shanko entered, and Eva immediately asked why he kept coming back. Shanko explained he had been actively seeking employment so he could support her and their unborn baby. Touched by his sincerity, Eva smiled and teasingly asked what made him think he could take care of her. Shanko earnestly replied that he might not have much, but he was determined to try his best. He asked if there was anything he could do to help, but she initially said no. However, moments later, she asked him to massage her legs. This small request led to a lighthearted and joyful interaction between them. That night, Shanko prepared pepper soup for Eva and left afterward, telling her to call if she ever needed help. During their conversation, she asked him what he studied in school, and he replied, mathematics. Surprised, Eva offered to help him find a job, but Shanko declined, stating he wanted to secure a job on his own. As soon as Shanko got home, Eva called, saying she was experiencing contractions. He rushed back to her house, concerned they might need to go to the hospital. However, when he arrived, Eva said the contractions had stopped and admitted she wouldn't have called if Anita had picked up her phone. Shanko asked if contractions usually stopped, but Eva confessed she didn't know since this was her first pregnancy. In time, Eva gave birth to a baby boy named Henry. Shanko became deeply attached to his son and took on numerous responsibilities, including feeding and carrying the baby. Eva was touched by his devotion and thanked him, especially when he cooked meals and reminded her to eat. One day, Shanko was changing Henry's diaper when Anita visited. Greeting her godson, Anita couldn't hide her surprise upon seeing Shanko there. After Shanko left, Anita teased Eva about being in love with him. Eva admitted her feelings, and Anita smiled, wishing them well. One evening, Shanko fell asleep with Henry in his arms. Eva came downstairs, saw them together, and smiled, her heart filled with joy. Henry stirred, and Shanko woke up, asking if she needed anything. Eva said no and left, letting him continue playing with their son. The next morning, Shanko seemed troubled about his inability to find a job to support Eva and Henry. When Eva came in with Henry, Shanko reassured her that he had prepared the baby's milk perfectly. Despite his playful interaction with Henry, he remained preoccupied with his job hunt, losing sleep over it. The following day, Shanko rushed to Eva's house, bursting with excitement. He told Eva he had finally landed a job and couldn't wait to use his first salary to buy things for her and Henry. Eva was touched by his excitement. As they talked, their emotions overflowed, and they shared a heartfelt kiss. Shanko confessed his love for her and wondered how she could love someone like him. Eva responded tenderly, telling him he might not be perfect, but he was worthy of love. She explained that they had both faced challenges in life and believed their hearts were destined for one another. She admitted she had been waiting for this moment for a long time and declared her love for him. They kissed again, and Eva suggested celebrating with wine. Later, Shanko came downstairs and found Eva with Henry. In a playful tone, he started sweet-talking her, suggesting they go upstairs to make a new baby. The scene radiated happiness and warmth, showing how far they had come as a family. This movie beautifully demonstrates that love knows no bounds and can happen anywhere and at any time. It teaches us to give love and people a second chance, as we may not fully understand the reasons behind someone's actions in life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this amazing channel, like, comment, and share. Stay tuned for more interesting, captivating, and educational Nigerian movies. See you next time.